and 2 New York.
The news with Steve McMurray and meteorologist Eric Gage.
And good Tuesday morning to you. Thank you for joining us. I'm Steve McMurray.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
We have a lot to get to this morning, but first day of spring, and snow is on the ground once again.
And it feels like, last week with all the nice weather, with the sunshine in 50s and 60s, and now first day of spring arrives, and it's more snowy than it was in the past few or so weeks. And so the forecast for today, again, we're talking 30s and spotty snow showers. Happy first day of spring to all of you across central New York. And if you are a big fan of the snow, well, we're getting a little bit of a treat as the snow showers are continuing on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Some of these in isolated snow bands. In fact, one of them a lake effect snow band just south of Utica. That is producing slightly higher snowfall rates, and it is producing some accumulating snow on those roads. Nothing too major, but just a heads up if you are heading to work today to budget a little bit extra time to go slower on some of these roads that are still snow covered. Currently 20s across central New York, and we warm up only into the 30s for today with a few spotty snow showers. The snow will become a little bit more steady overnight tonight, and then there could be some stronger snow bands in the forecast for tomorrow. We'll talk about these snow chances, when the snow will come to an end, and a look at the long-range forecast coming up. Back to you, Steve.
All right, Eric, thanks. Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never away.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning, welcome back. It's time now to look at our Munson commute cast as you head to work today, and of course your commute home from work. Starting out, a look at those road conditions. There are some patches of yellows and oranges which indicate slower traffic, primarily in that area, Route 51. Route 8 looking a little better now as those plows have passed, where that lake effect snow band has taken place. A little bit of a slowdown just north of German Flats along I-90. But regardless, it's not too bad. We're still tracking drive conditions to be relatively okay. Little Falls to Utica, 56 miles per hour average speed, 62 from Verona to Utica. Drive times from 5S Route 49 looking pretty okay. And lastly, heading into parts of Otsego County, if you're heading from Cooperstown to I-90 or back, those are those drive times right there, looking not too bad as you head to work today. And same thing from work, aside from some snow accumulating on those less traveled roads. Budget a little bit extra time for that. Same thing as this evening. However, in the lowest elevations, we'll climb above freezing, and that snow should melt on those roads. Steve?
All right, Eric, and time probably for a good reminder since the snow is back. We haven't had any in a long time. Don't crowd the plow drivers out there. Give them the space they need. Everyone will get to where they're going safely. So just keep that in mind and brush off the snow from your car as well, or any ice that might be on it. Again, we haven't had a lot of snow to deal with this summer. This feels like it, this winter. So a good reminder there. Well, the cherry blossoms in Washington, D.C.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, welcome back. Happy first day of spring, everyone. It feels a lot more like wintertime out there right now, with some places seeing a nice dusting to maybe an inch or so of snow on the ground. In downtown Utica, though, the roads looking pretty clear. A different story in some outlying roads, especially in those higher elevations south of the Mohawk Valley. Across central New York, we are entirely below freezing, 27 officially in Rome, and pretty much all across the Mohawk Valley and south. Blustery winds at 17 miles per hour, so it does feel like 14 degrees out, so a very nippy start to your day today. Live with the radar, we've got a lot of snowfall activity, although in some cases these snow bands are not too strong. The darker blues, very isolated right here just in southern Oneida County, and same thing for northern Fulton County, in fact central Fulton County right there, and then some steady lighter snowfall from lake effect heading into Shenango County. So the snow is spotty at this point, And the temperature is still cool right now. We'll climb back up above freezing. We're still in this March time period. Because of that, the sun angle is stronger, and it gets harder and harder for these days to see snow stick around for more than a day or so, especially in the Mohawk Valley. We climb above freezing. The snow will begin to melt if you do see any on the ground. But you can see here our chance of snow outlook. It's on and off for the next few days. Spotty snow showers pushing through as low pressure passes us to the north. And I'm going to head straight to our Skycast because I want to show, first off, where the snow pattern is setting up, and then finally the potential for snowfall accumulation across the area. You can see here lake effect snow. It will gradually lift more north as winds become more southwesterly by this afternoon. A few spotty snow showers continuing on, becoming a little bit more steady as a cold front pushes through the area. We're not looking at any, I would say, heavier snowfall rates except for tomorrow. There will be convective snow showers possible. That means that they could produce deeper profiles in the atmosphere and, of course, produce heavier snowfall rates. But that snow will be a little bit on the isolated side, as you can see right here, as this pushes through. Then a few more spotty snow showers on Wednesday, a push of some lake effect snow, and then finally on Thursday, the snow will gradually weaken. You see a lot less of those darker blues. But how much snow are we talking? Well, with all this spotty snow, it eventually will add up in some locations. You can see here north of the Mohawk Valley, you could see maybe 4 to 7 inches of snowfall over the span of a few days. But you can see here in the Mohawk Valley, even if we do see 2 to 4 inches, it will melt pretty much every day this week besides Thursday. But your 7-day forecast, we've got 30s for the highs the next few days. Most of the day Thursday we'll be spending in the 20s with breezy and blustery conditions. Friday, it's looking like we could see some rain and some snow from a coastal system. We're still fine-tuning the forecast later on in the week, but we do remain in that cool pattern until this coming weekend.
Yeah, I mean, we had said that last week. We got teased so much with over this winter because it was so nice, but you know, we're still, even though today is the first day of spring,
it's still March.
It's still March, you know, and you know, not to really put a damper on things. We've had snow on Mother's Day before, so
yeah.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. All right, thanks a lot, Eric. Time now, 5:22, still ahead on Sunrise.
Now, the news with Steve McMurray and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us this half hour. I'm Steve McMurray.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
So let's start this half hour with a check of that Storm Tracker 2 forecast. And if you're just getting up, you might notice some snow on the lawn and on your vehicle. Not a lot of it sticking to roadways, but some of the back roads may still be a little slick. So give the town highway crews and the DOT crews and all that, give them time to do their work and get everybody where they're going safely.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're looking at a few patches of snow sticking to some of those side roads. Main roads are getting a little bit better. Downtown Utica, an example, it's looking pretty dry at this point. But again, it is still the first day of spring. Happy first day of spring, everyone. It's not really feeling like spring out there today because today's forecast calls for 30s and spotty snow showers. It's feeling a lot more like, I would say, late February. But as Steve mentioned earlier on, it is still March. It is still, it is springtime, but we're still in a cooler weather pattern at this point. On the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 with live radar, we are tracking a few spotty lake effect snow showers taking place right now. Temperatures in the Mohawk Valley and surrounding areas are still below freezing in the 20s, and we only climb a few degrees today into the mid to as high as the upper 30s. With a few spotty snow showers continuing on. We're tracking our next chance of some steady light snow tonight and the potential for some stronger spotty snow for tomorrow. Plus, we look at that in the long-range forecast coming up. Back to you, Steve.
All right, Eric, thanks. And don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. New this morning, decision.
Welcome back. We are showcasing the weather photo of the day on this first day of spring, and a better way to show spring than snow on the ground and robins confused and why it's still a little bit cold out there right now. This was taken in Mohawk by Mark Minter. So if you want to submit a photo like this one, you can go to the link on the top of your screen at WKTV.com/weather/pics. Submit your photo like this one of Mother Nature, of snow, of any weather scenario, outdoor, beautiful shots. We'll take them all, and if you're lucky, we'll showcase it right here on News Channel 2 at sunrise. Temperatures this morning all across the area are below freezing, currently in the 20s, and over the next 5 or so days, we are still looking at relatively below average temperatures, peaking in the upper 30s for today, upper to mid 30s tomorrow, only reaching the 20s and maybe low 30s Wednesday before we gradually warm up by Saturday and Sunday. We'll, of course, talk about the snowfall potential and any accumulations in that full forecast coming up. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. Mascot Madness continues with two local.
Most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Happy first day of spring, everyone. It feels a little cooler out there right now with wind chills in the teens and temperatures in the 20s with lake effect snow taking place. Downtown Utica right now, overall, it's actually pretty quiet here in the city. Roads looking pretty okay. And overall dry, still blustery, west-northwest wind to 17 miles per hour. Feels like temperature currently at 14 degrees. But you can see to the south and to the north there are some snow showers, darker blues indicating slightly heavier snowfall rates. One of those zones currently taking place on the pretty much the border of Herkimer, Madison, Otsego, and Oneida County, right in that intersection right there along Route 20 near Bridgewater. Excuse me. But we are tracking a few lighter snow showers south that will shift north throughout the day today. So on and off snow, temperatures though climbing into the mid to upper 30s. So any coating of snow that you've seen in the Mohawk Valley will likely melt throughout the day before better chance for snow arrive over the next few days. And you can see here, on and off snow showers are in the forecast for pretty much now through the early start of Thursday. As a low pressure system tracks to the north of us. I'm going to head straight to our Skycast to show you exactly where this snow will begin to set up. So this morning, lake effect snow taking place at this point. It will gradually shift north, still on and off snow throughout the afternoon and the evening. A better chance for steady light snowfall will arrive tonight as a cold front moves over central New York. Following that on Wednesday, because the low pressure is closer, think of it like ripples in a pool or a lake. You can see how when the ripples are closer to that drop, they are stronger. And that's the case with this. It will not be nearly as widespread, but some of these snow bands will be heavier in nature and could produce reduced visibility heading into Wednesday evening into Wednesday night. Then that snow band shifts south one final time, and lake effect will gradually weaken by Thursday morning with a few lingering flurries in the air. So how much snow are we talking about? Well, factoring in the next few days, it looks like the Mohawk Valley will miss out on a lot of this snow, mainly due to melting. It won't accumulate too much. Higher elevations north of the Mohawk Valley could see between 4 to 8 inches of accumulated snow. Again, this is a long duration event over the span of a few days. This is not likely to fall all at once. But for today, it's 30s with spotty snow. And your 7-day forecast, it's remaining cool for Wednesday. High of only 30 degrees on Thursday. Most of the day is spent in the 20s. And on Friday, we're tracking the arrival of a coastal low. Whether that brings rain or snow is still yet to be determined as we wait for more data to come in. But overall, the first few days of spring feeling more like the winter we never had.
We never had, exactly. All right, but it could always change. All right,
Yeah.
thanks a lot, Eric. Well, in Old Forge, the news begins now.
Now, the news with Steve McMurray and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us, everybody. I am Steve McMurray.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
A lot to get to this morning, but we want to get right to a check of the Storm Tracker 2 forecast. If you're just getting up, you may be noticing snow on your car, maybe snow on your lawn. Most of the roads are okay, but some of the back roads, leave the plow crews some time to get those cleaned up.
Yeah, that's right. We are tracking a few snow showers this morning. Main roads looking okay, but as you mentioned, some side roads a little bit on the snowy side. As a matter of fact, a look at your forecast for today. Well, happy first day of spring. Doesn't really feel like spring out there. Wind chills in the teens right now, highs in the 30s, and we are tracking snow showers throughout the day today. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2, a live radar. In between some of these snow showers, there is some sunshine peeking out as well. So Mother Nature, I know those days where she can't quite make up her mind, we're looking at some stronger snow bands just south of Utica, impacting Richfield and at Route 20 from that lake effect band that was a little more significant earlier, which is now falling apart. But throughout the day today, that snow will continue to shift more north as the winds shift more southwesterly. But for today, those high temperatures climbing from the 20s into the 30s by this afternoon. Beyond that, the spotty snow showers today, we are looking at steady light snowfall tonight and a better chance for some isolated, stronger snow showers for tomorrow. We'll, of course, talk about that, plus what to expect for the rest of the week coming up. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. New this morning, a man was...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back. Time now for the Munson Commute Cast, where we go over the drive times and road conditions all across the area this morning. First off, a view of the traffic flow. We notice there's more oranges and yellows taking place right around the Oneida, Madison, Herkimer, Otsego County border, right along Route 20 and parts of Route 28, 51, Route 12, and parts of Route 8 right there. But other than that, the drive times everywhere else are looking pretty okay. I-90 a little bit slower from Little Falls to Utica, normal from Verona to Utica. The arterial, some ponding on the road, but the road is treated and okay. 5S and Route 49, drive times looking okay. And lastly, this is the area we were focusing on, Route 28 from Cooperstown to I-90. Noticing the drive time a little bit longer at 42 minutes. But Route 12 north of Utica from 790 to Remsen is looking pretty okay. And so for this morning, if you're heading out to work, some side roads might still have snow on them. Budget a little bit of extra time to drive slower on that, as well as wait for some plows to plow out the snow. But by this evening, some of that snow will melt in the lowest elevations. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. The cherry blossoms in Washington, D.C. are at full.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. Happy first day of spring. Wind chills in the teens, some spotty snow showers. Feels more like at least February here in central New York. But in downtown Utica right now, the roads are clear, they're treated. And in fact, we're seeing some sunshine to start out the day, but a different story in some other locations in areas south. Regardless, widespread temperatures in the 20s this morning. Blustery winds, again, wind chills still in the teens. And on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, an organized snow band that was falling in southern Oneida County early this morning has since weakened a little bit, but it's still producing some heavier snowfall rates right along that Oneida-Madison County line, and in some spots a little bit farther to the south. So if you live down in this area this morning, you might be dealing with some snow-covered roads. It's not too bad, but it's enough to cause a little bit of a delay in your morning commute. The temperatures this morning still in the 20s. We climb into the upper 30s, mid-30s in some spots as well. But notice the normal high this time of year now is at 43 degrees. So we're actually below average. Again, feels more like a late February day here locally. On and off snow is the main story for the next few days, continuing until the early part of Thursday when lake effect snow will begin to wind down. And I'm going to head straight to the Skycast. I'm going to talk about the snow, where it's going to set up, the type of snow, and the timing of where snow could be a little bit more on the heavier side. Our Skycast shows lake effect snow still staying south, shifting north throughout the day today. There could be heavier snowfall rates in northwestern Oneida County, That's where most of the accumulations will be falling, at least over the next few days, with a more steady light snow continuing overnight as a cold front moves over our area. Then as low pressure moves closer and closer, the ripples in the atmosphere get a little bit stronger. It's not talking about widespread snow, but some of these spotty snow showers will have higher snowfall rates as the system passes us. That'll be the case for Wednesday. Then Wednesday night, that frontal passage moves through once more, and then lingering lake effect primarily south of Route 20 in the southern valleys. But you can see here those darker blues give way to lighter whites and lighter blues, meaning that the lake effect will wind down. But how much snow are we talking about? Well, you factor in several days of low amplitude snowfall, and things do add up a little bit. Valley, the snow will likely melt over the next few days. I think it struggled to accumulate for the most part, but we could be thinking 4 to 7 inches in the dark blue areas north of the valley. For today, temperatures in the 30s with spotty snow showers in your 7-day forecast. Still looking cool for the first few days of spring, warming up a little bit by Sunday and Monday.
The news with Steve McMurray and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this Tuesday. I'm Steve McMurray.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
A lot to get to today, but let's start with this half hour with a check of that Storm Tracker 2 forecast. Snow is in the air. It's only March, so we know everyone loved that springtime weather, but we're getting a little bit back to reality right now.
Yeah, I got a reality check this morning. It's currently wind chills in the teens, some blowing snow. Behind us, though, we've got at least clear skies in the city of Utica, but there is some spots of reduced visibility and poor dry road conditions. Let's take a look at what to expect today. Again, it's 30s. And there's scattered snow showers for your first day of spring, but let's head straight to that radar because south of the Mohawk Valley in the New Hartford area, heading closer to Route 20, Brookfield, Richfield, Waterville, Litchfield. There are locations down here that saw at least a good amount of snow. Not like measurable, but enough to produce some accumulation in the roads and, of course, cause any travel issues. Regardless, across central New York, temperatures do remain entirely below freezing in the 20s. But we do climb about 10 or so degrees today into the mid to upper 30s with still some spotty snow showers. Steady light snow is expected to arrive tonight with the potential for some isolated stronger snow showers in the forecast for tomorrow. We'll talk about that, potential for accumulating snow, and the look at the rest of the week's forecast straight ahead. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. New this morning, Decision 2024 coverage for you now.
Welcome back. We are showcasing the weather photo of the day on this first day of spring, and you can see here we have a few confused robins saying it must be a little bit early as they're expecting more dry weather, more warmer weather, and now they're looking at some snow on the ground. This is sent in by Mark Minter in Mohawk. If you want to submit a photo like this one, send it to the link on the top of your screen right there, wktv.com/weather/pics. Of course, include your location and your name if you want credit. Temperatures this morning all across central New York are below freezing in the 20s, a pretty consistent trend here. 26 Cooperstown, 21 Inlet, 27 in Whitesboro. And over the next few days, it's feeling more like late February with these highs only in the 30s. Thursday, most of the day actually is spent in the 20s. We barely reach the 30-degree mark. But as we head throughout the weekend, we warm back up into the upper 30s to low 40s. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. Mascot Madness continues with two local.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Time now is 6:45. Time to welcome the newest member of Morning Bug Club, brought to you by Holland Farms Bakery and Deli. Mount Markham High School will be presenting the musical Seussical Jr. that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 7 o'clock each night.
Central New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. Happy first day of spring. It feels a lot more like winter out there today with wind chills starting out in the teens, warming up only into the 30s, and we're tracking a few snow showers out there. Downtown Utica, it's a different scene. In fact, we've got almost completely clear skies, and the snow that fell is pretty much melted already on the roadways. But it's a different story as you head into parts of the just south of Mohawk Valley, which there is still accumulated snow on some roads. Currently 27 officially at Griffiths and Rome. Winds still breezy, feels like 16 degrees out, so bundle up if you're heading out to work today. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. The brief window of sunshine in the valley will give way to clouds and some spotty snow showers, primarily northwestern Oneida County. But as of now, the snowfall, or the most notable snowfall, is falling south of Route 20, heading into parts of Cooperstown at this point. Temperatures climb into the mid to upper 30s today, below average for this time of year. Normal high around 43 degrees, and we're still tracking on and off snow throughout the next few days as it will continue to wind down eventually by Thursday morning. So let's head straight to the Skycast, talk about the movement of the snow, where it's headed, and potential snowfall accumulations. First off, that lake effect snow band will shift north throughout the day today, giving way from sunshine in the valley to clouds and some spotty snow showers. The winds turn more southwesterly, then here comes that cold front tonight. This will produce steady light snowfall across the area overnight into early tomorrow. But then as a low pressure passes north of us, for example, if we get closer to like a drop in an ocean or a river or whatever body of water, the ripples are much stronger near where you dropped an object in the water. That's the case with low pressure. The ripples are stronger, and some of these snow showers will be on the isolated side, also still producing some higher snowfall rates. That will continue throughout Wednesday. Spotty snow showers continuing on, then lake effect will gradually wind down by Thursday. Regarding snowfall accumulations, we warm up above freezing throughout the next few days in the Mohawk Valley, so accumulations, if any, will likely melt. But a different story north of the valley and south, especially just south of Syracuse, where you could be seeing 4 to 8 inches of accumulation. Again, it's a long range over the span of a few days, not all happening at once. Today, though, 30s and spotty snow in your 7-day forecast. 30s tomorrow, only the high of 30 for Thursday, a cool one with blustery conditions. Then on Friday, we're tracking a coastal low, which is still moving back and forth. Whether we're on the rainy or snowy side at this point is yet to be determined as we wait for more data to come in. But regardless, we warm up into the 40s by Sunday and Monday.
All right, sounds good. Thanks a lot, Eric. Well, in Old Forge, where the sun will be 100.
Now, the news with Steve McMurray and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us this Tuesday morning. I'm Steve McMurray.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
A lot to get to this morning, but you're waking up likely, or if you're already awake, you saw some of the snow we had, so want to leave yourself a little extra time to get to work and let the road crews do what they're so good at doing.
Yes, that's right. And in some spots, the road crews have already been at it, and the roads are looking pretty clear, especially on the main roads heading to Utica, the arterial, Route 8, Route 12. But for right now, our forecast for today, if you're expecting spring-like weather, well, expect more winter-like weather, 30s and some scattered snow showers. Your forecast for the first day of spring. And on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, those spotty snow showers are becoming less widespread, but we're noticing some more snow picking up from Lake Ontario, entering the Syracuse region. This will gradually shift north into northern Oneida County and into southern Lewis County as the morning continues on. Temperatures in the 20s across the local area. Clear skies in the Mohawk Valley with those snow showers still sticking south. And over the next 12 or so hours, we do climb into the mid to upper 30s for today. Beyond that, though, cool weather does stick around for the next few. We're tracking when steady snow arrives tonight and then following that, the potential for an isolated, stronger snow band or two by tomorrow. We'll talk about that, plus the rest of this week's forecast straight ahead. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. And don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. New this morning, a man was shot and killed.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. Happy first day of spring. Today, it's feeling a lot more like wintertime out there with temperatures in the 20s, wind chills in the teens. We are seeing some sunshine in downtown Utica right now. A live look at our Nexus camera right there, but in some locations south, a little bit of a different story. But currently, again, it's 25, feels like 14 with that west-northwest wind of 13 miles per hour. And on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2, a live radar, the sunshine is brief this morning as you look out to the west. That's when the next band of some light snow will move into some parts of the area, heavier in northwestern Oneida County. Those temperatures today do climb into the mid to upper 30s, so above freezing in the valley, still below average this time of year. The average high is around 43 degrees, and we're still looking at this unsettled weather pattern for the next few days. On and off snow lingering for today, Wednesday, and the early start of Thursday before things do dry out by Thursday morning. Heading straight to our skycast, we're tracking that lake effect snow. It shifts north throughout the morning and early afternoon. Snow showers spotty in nature, the sunshine giving way to clouds for the most part. Then by tonight, a cold front moves through. This will bring with it our best chance of seeing steady light snowfall across the area. But as you can see here, by tomorrow, the Mohawk Valley does climb above freezing once more, making it difficult for that snow to stick in the lowest elevations. On Wednesday, as that low pressure system moves directly north of us, we're going to get a few isolated stronger snow bands that could produce some locally higher snowfall rates and produce the best chance for locally higher snowfall totals. As that passes into Wednesday night into early Thursday, lake effect shifts south, and then it will begin to wind down by Thursday morning and into Thursday afternoon. But regarding snowfall, overall, the snowfall we're expecting over the next few days will primarily stick to the highest elevations, Mohawk Valley. It will melt for both today as well as tomorrow. But as you can see here in the North Country, actually just north of Utica, the blue area indicating 4 to 7 inches of snow, but same thing south, and this is over a span of a few days. This is not likely to fall all at once. For today, though, across central New York, temperatures in the 30s with spotty snow showers and your 7-day forecast. It's 30s for Wednesday, a high of 30 on Thursday. Most of the day is actually spent below 30 degrees in the 20s. On Friday, we're tracking the arrival of a coastal low. Whether that brings rain or snow is still yet to be determined. We'll wait for more data to come in on that. But we do warm up a little bit as we head into Sunday and Monday of this weekend as highs approach the low to mid 40s.
First look at the forecast. Meteorologist Eric Gage joining us right now, and had some snow when we woke up this morning. A couple of the back roads, little treacherous there just because of that snow where it hit and blowing and whatnot. And it's the first day of spring, so there you go.
Yeah, first day of spring, and here we are with more winter-like weather. The snow is still falling in some spots, a little bit heavier as you head up north and west in Oneida County. Let's look at the radar right now and see where that snow is at. You can see that that lake effect snow is primarily impacting locations north of Rome, near Camden, just to the west of Boonville. That's where those higher snowfall rates are. But this won't remain stationary for the next few hours. It actually starts lifting more and more north as the afternoon continues on. So what a very unique way to start out spring. And for those of you wondering, because we've had questions come in, yes, it technically is the first day of spring, but you could also call tomorrow the first day of spring because the spring solstice occurs after 11 o'clock tonight. So we have about 54 minutes of spring today, but a full day of spring for tomorrow. Temperatures in the 30s in the Mohawk Valley for this afternoon, and we climb up into the mid to upper 30s for today we're still looking at spotty snow showers, still remaining on the steady side overnight tonight. We are tracking more snow in the forecast for tomorrow, plus when that snow comes to an end and that full forecast coming up. Steve?
All right, thanks a lot, Eric. 6 departments fought.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Welcome back, everyone. It is feeling a little bit more like wintertime out there with those cooler wind chills, temperatures officially in the low 30s, and a few snow showers are tracking. A live look at our KATV Tower camera top here on Smith Hill and Deerfield. We're seeing a few snow showers falling into the Mohawk Valley. Zooming into the city of Utica from our Nexus camera, you can see a few flurries falling. Heading south to Otsego County and Cooperstown, a little bit less on the snowy side. As a matter of fact, you can see here that the sidewalks and roads are pretty much clear. And lastly, a look at Oneonta, same story, not looking at a whole lot of snow. It is still below freezing, though, in the City of the Hills at this point. A live look at the radar. The heaviest snow is currently falling northwest of Rome. Zooming in, we can see that some of the snowfall rates are impacting parts of Camden, Route 13, Route 26, Route 46 just north of Western, and Route 12 heading from Trenton to Boonville. That is moving into that road within the next 15 to 20 minutes. That's where the zone will set up. It'll gradually shift a little bit more north throughout this afternoon as we get a more southwesterly wind, causing those temperatures to rise a little bit from the low 30s into the mid 30s between 4 and 6 p.m. Still tracking these on and off rain showers. We're stuck in this weather pattern as low pressure still remains pretty stationary directly north of central New York. We can see here we gradually dry out as we head throughout the day Thursday. But on our Skycast, we can see this is where the lake effect snow is taking place right now. It will gradually shift north throughout the remainder of the afternoon. But following that, a cold front arrives tonight. This will bring a good chance for some steady, light snowfall heading into early Wednesday morning. Following that, as the low pressure center gets closer, the ripples in the atmosphere get a little bit more steep. That causes these snow bands to be a little bit more on the stronger side. So we can see here some of these snow bands are darker blue. This could produce some heavier snowfall rates depending on location throughout the day on Wednesday before things do eventually dry out as lake effect snow will shift south. And you can see here early Thursday morning that snow continues to weaken and remain south. But regarding snowfall totals in the Mohawk Valley, if we do see any snow, it likely will melt during the daytime hours of the next few days. But higher elevations north and south could see a little bit more regarding accumulation. Today across central New York, spotty snow, temperatures in the 30s in your 7-day forecast, still remaining cold for the next few days. Thursday, the high only of 30. Most of the days actually spent in the 20s. Warming up into the mid-30s again by Friday, and that wintry system we've been tracking, it's trending more weak and trending more on the rainy side, which is why I like to wait a little bit before putting out that forecast because things change, especially several days out.
Absolutely, and I see a low in the teens there. Wasn't it like 70 last week?
Yeah,
did
it
I
was
imagine
close to 70. Now
Okay.
we have
All right.
flip the digits.
Yeah, something like that. All right, thanks a lot, Eric. Well, Governor Kathy Hochul and State Health Commissioner James McDonald. And welcome back to News. I'll be over here. Welcome back to News Channel 2 at noon for this half hour. First thing we're going to do is going to check the weather. Let's head over to meteorologist Eric Gage with the first look at his forecast. Eric, good afternoon once again.
Yeah, we are looking at snow showers still continuing over parts of the area, but real quick, I want to give a huge shout out to the kindergarten class and Bradley Elementary. So I came to talk about the seasons, about spring. They bombarded me with questions that I didn't even think I had the answers to. They're talking about galaxies, they were talking about the universe. Incredibly smart bunch of kids right here. The future smartest people in the world will be in this classroom right there. So again, a huge shout out to the great kids at Bradley Elementary early today. The radar is showing scattered snow showers, although for the most part the heavier snow band is still remaining in northwestern Oneida County. It will continue to shift more and more north, but for the rest of central New York, just on and off spotty showers. Same thing we've been seeing for the past few days. This pattern will be still continuing on heading into the rest of this afternoon. Currently 32 degrees in Rome, and over the next 12 or so hours, we're still looking at those temperatures climbing a few degrees into the mid-30s with steady light snowfall arriving tonight and even more chances for snow by tomorrow. We're talking about all that, plus when the snow does come to an end coming up. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. Today is
Most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Welcome back. We've seen a wide range of weather, at least early this morning, from sunshine giving way to some snow showers. And that heavier snow is still staying generally north and west of Utica. In fact, a live look at downtown Utica right now. Any snow that at least fell on the grass and the sidewalks is already melted as those temperatures are climbing right around freezing. And we're starting to see that warm air begin to move in. We mentioned this morning that a southwesterly wind will arrive, sweeping that lake effect snow north, and you can start to see the general pattern bringing in that southwesterly wind, which will warm things up a few degrees today into the mid-30s, but enough for the valley to climb above freezing and have that snow to melt. Still, though, we're tracking that snow, some locations a bit on the heavier side, still falling in northwestern Oneida County, parts of Camden, western Route 46, just south of Boonville, north of Vienna, and parts of Williamstown heading into Oswego County. And again, the general pattern is this will continue to shift more and more north throughout the remainder of the afternoon. Again, those temperatures climbing a few degrees into the mid to upper 30s. Average temperature this time of year around 43, so we are looking to be a little bit below average right now. Still on and off snow showers for the next few days before things do eventually wind down heading into early Thursday morning. And to our Skycast, we can see where that snow is actually be setting up. So again, there's that lake effect snow. It will shift north, and then following this warmer surge of air, we've got a cold front that'll move through, bringing steady light snowfall overnight, lingering into early tomorrow morning. Then tomorrow, with the low pressure closer to central New York, there could be some stronger snow bands. It won't be completely widespread, but these isolated bands could produce locally higher snowfall rates. Following that, another cold front moves through Wednesday, and then a few more spotty snow showers as we see a final cold front push south. Lake effect winds down, and Thursday's trending pretty cool with highs only in the upper 20s, barely reaching the 30-degree mark. But again, recapping the potential for snowfall here in central New York, we are using one of our models here, and you can see the general idea of where that snow sets up. Mohawk Valley, obviously, with these temperatures above freezing, will have this snow a little bit harder to accumulate as the snow we do receive overnight will continue to melt during the daytime. But the highest totals you can see here in the Tug Hill region, and then following that, Wednesday night into Thursday, right here, that zone south of Syracuse will be the bullseye of that snow. But for today, across central New York, temperatures in the 30s with spotty snow showers, and your 7-day forecast. It's still cool for tomorrow, breezy for Thursday, still pretty chilly too. Temperatures again in the 20s and 30s. Friday warming up a little bit. The coastal system we've been tracking is looking a little bit weaker and more rainy, but we're going to keep following more and more trends as the days get closer. But overall, the main thing is it's still a very cool start to spring when feeling more like the winter we never had.
That's exactly what's going on. The calendar's a little backwards, I
Yeah.
guess. But it'll stay eventually. Like we said this morning, you know, it snowed on Mother's Day once, so.
Yeah, it's March.
It's
this
right.
happens.
Got a few weeks to go at least. All right, thanks a lot, Eric. Well, following days of rampant speculation.
Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Carter.
back. He's back.
Nice tan. Did you
Yes.
like our snow today?
It was rough. You know, the adjustment wasn't as bad as I think a lot of people think. I spent the week in Florida, by the way, so it has been an adjustment. The weather is going to be kind of rough here for the next couple of days, but there is some light at the end of the tunnel. We do have to get through some snow. Let's take a look at the Winter weather advisories in effect for northern Oneida County, northern Herkimer County, and Hamilton County. Burst of snow will continue tonight as well as tomorrow. I'm specifically eyeing tomorrow afternoon as a cold front arrives between about 12, around noontime to 3 p.m. We could see a quick burst of snow that can impact most of the area. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We're seeing those on and off snow showers that we've been seeing for most of the day. Current temperature 33 degrees. It's cold. We're going to see more snow showers tonight and tomorrow. Again, that burst of snow expected in the afternoon where we could have a reduction in visibility, but things do get better. A couple of cold, windy days ahead, but there's some light at the end of the tunnel. It does look to get a lot warmer here at the end of the 7-day forecast. Some snow showers around this evening. Temperatures in the 30s. Are going to time out when those snow showers move through tomorrow, along with a look at the snowfall accumulation that's coming up. Jason and Kristen, back to you.
All right, Bill, thank you. You've heard the term dress for success. MV.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Welcome back. We're tracking some scattered snow showers across central New York. The weather is going to stay not very spring-like here for the next couple of days. But as we look ahead, there are some changes, and this kind of cold weather is not going to last. It really can't this time of the year. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Widespread scattered snow showers continue. Temperatures are very close to or just above freezing, so a lot of this snow is having a hard time sticking on the roadways, but that won't be the case tonight. There could be some slippery spots, especially north of the Mohawk Valley. This is going to continue. On and off snow showers, bursts of snow, and the wind. That's really going to pick up over the next 24 hours. This is a live look in downtown Utica, and you can see that the roads are dry, even though we are seeing some snow showers from time to time. The winds, again, will be picking up as we head throughout the day tomorrow from the west. A cold front moves through in the afternoon, and then wind gusts go to about 30 to 35 miles an hour. So turning windier and colder here the second half of Wednesday, and the winds are going to stick around on Thursday, looking at wind gusts perhaps up to 40 miles an hour. So again, windy weather in addition to some snow showers. Temperatures this evening, Dahlsville 36 degrees, Little Falls 38, Westmoreland 35 degrees, and we're above freezing across most areas. Cooperstown 35 and Norwich with 36. And again, as long as temperatures are above freezing, which they will be over the next couple of days, that will really limit the impact of the snow that we're expecting. Low pressure moves in tonight. It continues the snow, and again, we're going to be tracking a cold front heading into tomorrow afternoon. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast expects snow showers to continue overnight. Temperatures will drop down into the upper 20s. Wednesday morning, on and off snow showers. Morning commute should be okay for the most part. A few slippery roads north of the Mohawk Valley. Temperatures in the low 30s. Want to stop things around noontime. This is when I'm expecting a cold front to move in. This is our best chance of seeing snow, and I think it's going to be widespread. We even could have a few snow squalls. That's a heavier amount of snow with poor visibility, rapidly changing conditions. This could be just enough to cause some travel issues in the middle of the afternoon, but then this thing blows through pretty quickly. After that, just a few light snow showers, colder weather. But again, it's really the afternoon that I'm most concerned about for travel, and it's a fairly small window of time here in the afternoon as the cold front moves through. Snowfall accumulation, again, this might be a little deceiving because this is totals through Wednesday evening, and this snow is going to be melting as it accumulates too. Thinking a general inch or two of accumulation for the Mohawk and Southern Valleys, but north of the Mohawk Valley, as much as 3 to 6 inches of snow is possible. Again, the timeline here is tonight through tomorrow evening across the region. Snow showers tonight, low of 29. Tomorrow, again, watch out for that burst of snow in the early afternoon. Temperatures will be in the upper 30s, and it turns much windier as we head into the late afternoon and early evening. The winds are going to be sticking around through Thursday. On Friday, the weather looks dry. Rain and snow arrive Friday night into Saturday, but the weather does start to turn warmer. I know for those of you anxious for spring, there's some good news here. It looks like we're going to be close to 50 again by next Tuesday.
So you're bringing back the warmth from Florida, but you're backloading it on the other side of the 7 days.
Supply chain issues.
Oh, that was good. All right, thank you, Bill. It's the first official day of spring, and you may already be seeing pollen, maybe not around here.
The CDC says more than a quarter of adults in the U.S. and nearly 1 in 5 children have a seasonal allergy. Mandy Gaither reports on what you could do now to protect yourself later.
Spring is in the air, literally.
With global warming, climate change, we are seeing these longer pollen seasons that not only last longer but are stronger.
Dr. Purvi Parikh with the Allergy and Asthma Network says tree pollen may last through April or May, and then grass pollen will start to peak until June. Then there's dust and mold with which to contend.
What I tell all of my patients is start your medication early, right at the start of the season.
Parikh says preparing now before symptoms start can help control them. If you have asthma, she says to avoid attacks by getting on preventative or controller medicine early. For allergy sufferers, get on a regimen of nasal sprays and antihistamines, but get ones without a decongestant.
So that means without the letter D in it, because it's actually harmful to use that long term, like for allergies. But things like Zyrtec, Claritin, Allegra, those are all 24-hour antihistamines that actually work quite well.
Help avoid getting stuffy by using steam inhalation or neti pots to open up the sinuses. Keep windows closed, especially in the early morning at peak pollen time. Avoid going outdoors at peak times as well. When you come home, change your clothes, take a shower so that pollen doesn't go to bed with you, and use dust mite covers in the bedroom.
HEPA air purifiers work well for mold and animal allergies, but those air purifiers don't purify everything.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Coming up, is it true? A Princess Kate sighting.
Also, just Bill Curtis, since it is spring after all.
Yeah, we're talking about the first day of spring. You might have noticed the calendar is a little different this year. Spring is today, March 19th. Normally it's the 20th. And the reason why is because this was a leap year. And that extra day has pushed the start time backwards. So again, because the Earth goes around the sun and not a perfect 365 days, sometimes these dates are a little bit different. By the way, the first day of spring means that at 11:06 tonight, the Earth will be exactly halfway between the summer and the winter solstice. So it's our halfway point, and our days will continue to get much brighter. We're going to get into the brightest half of the year going forward, so we'll be looking forward to that. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Scattered snow showers continue. That will be the case through tonight as well as tomorrow. Our temperature's 32 degrees. It's not very spring-like for now, but again, as that sun angle gets higher, things are eventually going to change. We're going to start to see some warmer weather here as we look ahead. But again, tonight temperatures will be in the 30s. It'll be a bit breezy tonight, but a lot windier here over the next couple of days. If you are taking the dog out for a walk, again, dress appropriately. Tonight's dog, Theo from Ava. This is brought to you by Nye Automotive Group. We're tracking against some warmer weather ahead. Look at the forecast that's coming up. Back over to you.
All right, Bill, thank you.
Theo's giving us a little side eye.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Even though spring will be officially beginning later this evening, it will not feel like it, at least for the next couple of days. But the sun is undefeated, and it's coming. In fact, there are some signs when we look ahead of some nicer weather, especially compared to what we've been dealing with out there. Snow showers in the picture this evening. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The weather will be very active here over the next 24 hours with bursts of snow. With temperatures being close or above freezing for the most part, this snow is not causing any big travel issues, and a lot of this is worse than it actually is on the ground. We do expect to see some snow accumulation tonight as well as tomorrow. Some on and off snow showers here overnight. The best chance of snow looks to be tomorrow during the early afternoon. This is when a cold front moves through, and I'm expecting a burst of snow with this, so this looks to be widespread. Bursts of snow could cause some slippery travel between about noon to 3 p.m. tomorrow. And then once the front rolls through, our snow chances go down and some colder weather moves in. But in general, the weather really not causing any big headaches throughout the next 24 hours. This is a live look in Old Forge. Again, looking and feeling a lot more like winter for now. Current temperature of 29 degrees. The winds will be picking up, especially as we head into tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. Once that cold front moves in, that is really going to kick the wind up. So 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, winds come in from the southwest, gusts up to about 20 miles an hour. The cold front moves in the early afternoon, and that's when the wind direction changes and the winds pick up. That west wind gets to about 30 miles an hour late in the day tomorrow. And then on Thursday, the winds really peak and pick up in the afternoon. Peak wind gusts between about 40 to 45 miles an hour. So very windy Thursday. And then the winds start to subside as we head into Thursday night and Friday. Sky watchers checking in with temperatures in the 30s. Clinton 37, Micah New Hartford 36, Helen and Cassville 35 degrees, Jeff and Mohawk 38, Bill and Old Forge 39, Westford 34, and Stewart and Cooperstown checking in with 39 degrees. Low pressure continues to move in, and again, this is going to continue to keep the weather active and cold and windy over the next couple of days. Scattered snow showers tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 20s. Morning commute should be okay tomorrow, but again, in the afternoon, watch out for that burst of snow. This is around 1 o'clock. Again, temperatures will be in the 30s. Rapidly changing weather conditions tomorrow. Things do improve for the evening drive, and snow showers will be generally coming to an end as we head into Wednesday night. Quick burst of snow could create as much as 1 to 3 inches of accumulation between now and Wednesday evening in the Mohawk and Southern Valleys. North of the Mohawk Valley, 3 to 6 inches of snow, again, over this 24-hour period. Keep in mind, the snow will have a hard time sticking on roadways with temperatures being near or above freezing, but it will be accumulating on grassy surfaces. Snow showers tonight, low of 29. Tomorrow, again, that burst of snow in the early afternoon, turning windy, high of 39. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. The weather is going to warm up, but it's going to be a slow process. We'll be keeping an eye on Friday night and Saturday for a mix of rain and snow. Saturday's high 41. Sunday, we're up to 42. Sunshine is back, and temperatures will get warmer. In fact, we'll be close to 50 as we look ahead to Monday and Tuesday. We'll be right back.
With Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Tracking more snow and cold weather here for the short term, but things are going to be warming up and turning sunnier here as we look ahead. We do have to get through some snow. We do have winter weather advisories in effect for northern Oneida, northern Herkimer, Hamilton counties, where a few inches of snow will be falling. Snow continues to fall across the Mohawk and Southern Valleys, but these areas are not in that winter weather advisory, expecting less accumulation. For most of us, only about 1 to 3 inches of accumulation here over the next 24 hours. So live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Bursts of snow continue this evening. That will be the case as we head into tonight as well as tomorrow. 32 degrees, the current temperature. We're tracking tomorrow afternoon. There's going to be a cold front that'll move in, and that creates a burst of widespread snow. We might even see a few snow squalls where the visibility could quickly drop here for a short period of time. That looks to be noon to 3 p.m. tomorrow. But then after that, the weather should start to quiet down. At least the snow comes to an end. It's cold here for the next couple of days, but I am seeing some pretty strong signs that the cold weather will not last as we look ahead. Snow showers this evening, temperatures in the 30s. We're tracking against some snow accumulation for the next 24 hours. I'll look at the forecasts coming up. Kristen, back to you.
It is National Poison Prevention Week in the upstate New York.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Spring officially kicks off tonight. So when will the weather actually start to feel like it? It's going to take a little bit of time, but we'll get there. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar showing more snow showers. Bursts of snow will continue as we head into this evening, tonight, and tomorrow. During the daytime, the snow is going to have a hard time sticking to the roads, especially with temperatures being above freezing. But at nighttime, things could get a little bit slippery, and things could also get slippery heading into tomorrow afternoon. That's when we're expecting a cold front to move in. It's about noon to 3 p.m. is our best chance of seeing widespread snow, and it could come down pretty heavy for a short period of time. In fact, we may even have a few snow squalls, a burst of heavier snow and reduced visibility for a short period of time. As that cold front moves through, it turns windy, the snow comes to an end. So things look a little dicey for a short time tomorrow, but then they do get better, or at least the road conditions get better as the snow comes to an end. Live look in downtown Utica, cloudy skies. The winds are going to be around for the next couple of days. Once that cold front moves in, it turns windy. Wind gusts up to about 40 miles an hour on Thursday. The winds come down a little bit Friday, and then it stays breezy here as we head into Saturday, if not windy at times. Sky watchers, Clinton Bob with 37 degrees, West Leiden 34, Micah New Hartford 36, Curtis Corners 31, Jeff and Mohawk 38. Skinniva's 35 degrees, and Milford checking in, Mark with 35. Low pressure moves through the area tonight, and that's going to continue the snow. So on and off snow showers will continue tonight, the steadiest of which will be falling north of the Mohawk Valley. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 20s. The morning commute Wednesday should be okay for most of us, the exception being north of the Mohawk Valley for some slippery roads. Stopping things at 1 o'clock. This is when the cold front arrives. Again, watch out if you're traveling at this time. You could see some very changeable weather conditions that, again, that burst of snow could create poor visibility and also some slippery driving, again, for a short period of time. The front heads to the east, the winds pick up, the snow generally comes to an end, and it gets colder as we head into Wednesday night, and the winds kick up here as we head into Thursday. How much snow are we talking about? Well, for most of us, it's only an inch or two of accumulation. That would include the Mohawk and Southern Valleys. The snow falls steadier and longer north of the Mohawk Valley tonight and into tomorrow. 3 to 6 inches of accumulation is expected. But again, the biggest concern is that snowfall rate as we head into tomorrow afternoon with that cold front moving through. Snow showers tonight, low of 29. Quick burst of snow tomorrow afternoon, high of 39 degrees. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. It's windy, it's cold. If you're looking for spring, the next couple of days offer you nothing. But then as we head into Friday and into Saturday, we expect to see the weather start to change. It's going to get a lot sunnier. In fact, 50 degrees by this time next week.
All right, Bill, thank you.
Well, still to come on News Channel 2 at 6. We're going to hear forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. If you missed the earlier shows, welcome back.
Thank you.
And you didn't bring any sun with you, but you did bring a winter alert.
Yeah, unfortunately.
That's okay. Things will get better down the road.
We do have some snow to get through here, especially north of the Mohawk Valley. Winter weather advisories in effect for northern Oneida, Lewis, northern Herkimer, and Hamilton counties. We're tracking snow tonight. The snow will continue to be pretty widespread north of the Mohawk Valley. By the way, the Mohawk Valley and the Southern Valleys, even though you're not in that winter weather advisory, you'll still be getting snow out of this too, just not as much as parts of the North Country. Seeing scattered snow showers across the area tonight. Watch out for a few slippery spots, again, generally north of the Mohawk Valley. Looking at a temperature of 32 degrees. Conditions are not going to change very much tonight. We'll look at overnight lows. That'll drop down into the upper 20s with scattered snow showers. There will be a burst of snow tomorrow during the early afternoon where we could see some whiteouts. We're timing that out and also how much snow we can expect through tomorrow evening, and that's coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. New tonight, the way Texas handles illegal.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We continue to track snow showers moving through central New York. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The snow is pretty widespread, and it will continue to be this way as we head through tonight. By tomorrow morning, a lot of this snow will shift to the north, and we'll be dealing with a better chance for snow in the afternoon. In fact, I think tomorrow afternoon is going to be the best time that we'll see snow as a cold front moves in, and this snow could produce a brief burst and also cause some whiteout conditions here in the early afternoon. Looks like a relatively short time where this could happen. It could make the roads a little bit slippery. Most of tomorrow should be okay. And by the way, when these snow showers, this burst of snow does roll through, it's relatively quick. We'll see improving conditions as we head throughout the afternoon. Live look in downtown Utica, we did have a burst of snow that rolled through about a half an hour ago, but you can see the roads are wet. And I think that will be the case for most of tomorrow. In addition to the snow, we've got wind. It looks windy over the next several days, especially tomorrow afternoon in the wake of that cold front. Wind gusts on Thursday could get as high as 40 miles an hour. It stays pretty breezy on Friday, and then the winds return on Saturday. It is part of March. It kind of goes along with the territory. March, by the way, is one of the windiest times of the entire year. So you look at the radar and satellite image, low pressure moving through central New York is producing snow this evening, and that will continue tonight. Again, most of this will be confined to areas north of the Mohawk Valley, a few inches of snow through tomorrow morning. As we head throughout tomorrow afternoon, we're expecting that cold front to arrive and stopping things at 1 o'clock. Again, expect a burst of snow to move through central New York, widespread, locally heavy, but relatively short in duration. Then this moves to the east. We'll get a chance to dry out as we head throughout Wednesday evening. And then the weather does improve on Thursday. We're expecting some drier conditions, cold with temperatures Thursday afternoon in the upper 20s. Snowfall accumulation, thinking a general 1 to 3 inches for the Mohawk and Southern Valleys, 3 to 6 inches expected north of the Mohawk Valley. This is through tomorrow evening. And again, a lot of this is focused around the timing of those heavier snow showers in the middle of the day. The snow looks to come to an end Wednesday night. Tonight, snow showers, a low of 29. Tomorrow, again, look for that burst of snow around midday, turning windy and colder with an early high of 39. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. The weather looks windy and cold on Thursday as well as Friday, although a little bit less windy. Rain and snow arrive Friday night, lingering into early Saturday. The weather does warm up. We're looking at some sunshine, temperatures returning to near 50 by this time next week.
Is that right where we should be at this time of year? That's still a little warm for that time, isn't
50?
it?
Yeah, we're usually in the low to mid 40s.
All right, so
We're
something
getting
to
there.
look forward to.
Yes.
All right, thanks, Bill. Coming up next, now for a first look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Welcome back.
Yes,
We got to
thanks.
deal with a little bit of winter weather before we can actually enjoy the first few weeks of spring.
Spring is 3.5 minutes away.
Oh, can we just talk for a little while
Just like
and enjoy
that,
it?
everything's going to, no, it's not
No,
going to
it's
change.
not going to change at all.
We do have some snow in the forecast north of the Mohawk Valley. These areas under winter weather advisories. A little bit more snow across the North Country tonight compared to the Mohawk Valley, but all of us will have to keep an eye on tomorrow afternoon. We're tracking a cold front that's expected to produce a widespread burst of snow between about noon to 3 p.m. We could even see a few snow squalls with that. Not a lot of snow here, but it happens to come down pretty much all at once tomorrow. Tonight, some scattered snow showers, some bursts of snow continue. Very active night on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Current temperatures 32 degrees. Conditions don't change very much tonight. We're looking at scattered snow showers. Morning commute should be okay. The only exception would be north of the Mohawk Valley. Some snow will continue to fly. But again, in the middle of the afternoon tomorrow, that burst of snow could impact travel. We're taking a look at that and also some warmer weather that will eventually return, and that's coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. New tonight, the way Texas handles illegal immigration.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We continue to track snow showers moving across central New York. We've got an area of low pressure that will be dropping into the region, and it's going to drag a cold front through our area. So the snow showers that are out there tonight will continue. They'll become more localized north of the Mohawk Valley. A morning commute should be pretty decent for most of the area. The most active time tomorrow looks to be in the late morning to early afternoon. Thinking about 1 to 2 o'clock is when that cold front sweeps through, and we're expecting a burst of snow. In fact, it could be strong enough for snow squalls. That drop in visibility, gusty winds, and again, just enough snow on the ground to make things slippery for a little while tomorrow. Even though we're not expecting a lot of accumulation, most of the snow falls in a relatively short period of time. Live look in downtown Utica, we did see that burst of snow move through about an hour ago, but you can see that the roads are generally wet. That'll be the case for most of the day tomorrow. The winds pick up tomorrow in the wake of a cold front, gusting to about 35 miles an hour tomorrow, 40 miles an hour on Thursday, a break from the wind on Friday before the wind returns on Saturday. Low pressure sweeps through the region, and you can see the radar and satellite image pretty active tonight. Again, widespread snow showers overnight. Most of these will be falling north of the Mohawk Valley. We'll stop things at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Morning commute should be pretty decent for most of the area. Watch what happens in the afternoon. Here comes the cold front. Again, a burst of snow. Watch out for some slippery spots. 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The front moves to the east. The weather improves. Still a few lingering snow showers, but the worst of it will be in the afternoon. Snow comes to an end as we head into Thursday. Cold. High temperatures on Thursday in the upper 20s to low 30s. 1 to 3 inches of snowfall accumulation expected tonight as well as tomorrow for most of central New York, including the Mohawk and Southern Valleys. North of the Mohawk Valley, we could be talking about 3 to 6 inches of snow. Again, the snow lingers around more in the North Country tonight, again, producing a little bit more accumulation. Again, everybody's got to watch out for those snow squalls tomorrow afternoon. A few light snow showers tonight, low of 29. Tomorrow, again, keeping an eye on that cold front that produces a burst of snow in the early afternoon. a high of 39. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. It's windy heading into tomorrow night and Thursday. Wind gusts between about 35 to 40 miles an hour. The weather remains cold on Friday. We're tracking a rain-snow mix Friday night into early Saturday. The weather slowly warms up as we head into next week. In fact, looking at highs close to 50 by next Tuesday.
Oh, we'll take that.
That'll be nice.
Over 39 and snow.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Bill. Coming up next.